Crochet and Tatting Podcast. My name is Stephanie, and I'm coming to you from my home in Southern California. This is episode 31, and it should be good times. If you are looking for me online, you can find me on Instagram as The Tatted Tatter, and you can email me with anything pod, vlog, cast related at thetattedtatter@gmail.com, and I will respond to you as timely as I possibly can. So yeah, I got a lot of good things to show you. Alexander may or may not take his afternoon nap today, so let's get started so we can get as much done as possible before I have to go get him. So I have two finished objects to show you, and I am wearing one of them. I just finished this last night. I stayed up entirely too late to finish it, like 11:30, which when I have to get up at 7 with the baby is late. We had to go to the grocery store today, so I got a Starbucks. But yeah, so this is my Positano tee. I finally got the yarn that I needed from Lion Brand to finish it, and I used, you know, a couple grams. But I needed those just a few extra grams to finish it. So I tried standing up to see if you could see any better, and you can't. So I will put in some pictures, which I'll have to have my husband take when he gets home today from work. But I really like it. I think it fits really well. It was worth it to do one panel bigger than the other, and it was worth it to make them a lot longer than the pattern called for, because I'm just more comfortable in something that falls a lot lower than what the pattern called for. But the pattern is by, I can never remember, Olivia Kent of Hopeful Honey. This was a kit that I got from Lion Brand, I think last summer, and then I finally started working on it in June. And yeah, it's two panels that you seam together, and then you add sleeves. I just did a couple rounds of turned single crochets because I thought it was already long enough, and if I added the sleeves they would be like down here, and I feel like on tops like this, especially because I have to make a bigger size to fit my bust and my stomach, if I put the sleeves on it, then it just makes it look huge. I feel like this way it makes it look much more fitted to me, like it actually fits me. Not that it's tight and fitted, but so yeah, it's got this mesh section at the top. See, I seamed the shoulders together, and so the back panel, which I thought was going to be the front panel, but it actually fits better this way, because if I turn it the other way, then it kind of sits down and is like rumply like that, and I don't want that. So the back panel is an extra 20 stitches wider, and then they're the exact same number of rows and all that kind of fun stuff. And then yeah, so there's the mesh section, and I seamed the shoulders together and seamed down the sides. I just did a mattress stitch, actually with the wrong sides out. Usually with the mattress stitch, I think you do it with the right side out, but I did it with the wrong side out. I think it looks nice. You can't even really see the seams too clearly. It's a little bit of a bump from there, but yeah. And then I joined at the armpit after I seamed everything together, and then just did turned rounds of single crochet. I don't know if you can hear him. He's just talking to himself in his room. So I think he's transitioning to one nap during the day, so his morning nap was weird, so now his afternoon nap is going to be weird, but he's not grumpy, so I'm fine. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's great. I like it. It fits well. You'll see the pictures so you can see how it fits. I think this is the first crochet top. I think this is the first top period that I've made that the fit is really nice, and I like it because now I know enough about my size and enough about crochet to do a top that actually works for me. So there you have it. And so I bought 2 extra skeins of the yarn just in case, because I didn't know what I was going to do about the sleeves or anything like that. And so now I have like a ball and 3/4 left. And this is the LB collection from Lion Brand, Cotton Bamboo. It is it's considered a DK. It's a number 3, so you get 245 yards, 200 grams, and it is 52% cotton and 48% rayon from bamboo. And so this one you're not supposed to put in the dryer. I did block the 2 panels. I just ran them through the delicate cycle in the washing machine by themselves, and then I pinned out just the mesh part so that it would open up a little bit. And then I put them in the shade outside to dry because it's like 90 degrees here, so they dried in an afternoon, which was good because I wanted to finish putting them together and finish this top. That was part of the reason too why I just stayed up too late working on it, because I wanted it to be done, and I'm really glad that it is. I think it looks great and I love it. I worked at the grocery store and I felt fancy. So yeah, I really like it. I'm excited to make a couple more tops, and I'll show you some of the yarn for one of them when I show you my stash. Fun, good times. So yeah, yay for crochet top. I think it looks great. I'm very excited. So yeah, so I have a second thing, and I actually finished this a while ago. It is, ta-da, my Bumps in the Road shawl. So this is a pattern from Rachy Nguyen, RACHYNEWIN. And I'm gonna start putting the information for all the patterns down below. I did it on the last video. I didn't used to do it before because it was extra work, but now that I'm not gonna be posting any links to Ravelry or anything like that, I wanna make sure you have the information. The Positano tee is available from Lion Brand's website, the pattern, and then Rachy has options outside of Ravelry for purchasing her patterns as well. I think she has an Etsy. So yeah, so this is it. It's a relatively shallow crescent shawl. You see it has very nice fun details, and then I love this lace on the border. I'll put some pictures in so you can see it. I blocked this thing as far as it would possibly be blocked, because at first I needed to straighten out the top, which is, every time I do this, they never get completely straight. I don't know how people do that. She's still kind of like folding in a little bit. But then I also wanted the lace to be big, and I bought blocking wires from Knit Picks months ago. Never used them, so I finally got to use them and figured out how to use them. Yeah, and so then I did the corners up, kind of rounded to a point like that. So, but I love it. The yarn is the variegated. The main color is from Dialot Studios. I believe it's the Boyfriend base, which might be BFL, I think, actually. And a Blue Flace Leicester wool and nylon. And then it's the Peanut Butter and Jelly colorway. And then the purple is from Yarn Love. She's a local California dyer. And it's the Marie Antoinette base in the Arabian Nights colorway. Look how fun that lace is. Let's see if I can. What? Don't drop it. And I think they worked up really nice. And I like the border so much. That's one of the main reasons I made the shawl, was because of the border. I think I told you last time too, I started working on it and I did like 1.5 rows, and I realized that it was like really tedious. So then I went to go work on it again, and I was like, oh, I'm only like 4 rows from the end, and then I can do the border. So then I just blew through it and finished it. And I think it's very nice. The Bumps in the Road shawl from Rachy Nguyen. This is a great color too. I think this will be nice to wear once it cools off. And I'll have to find some different ways to wear it. I think I saw in the pattern, she did something kind of like this, which I think is nice. put a little shawl pin in here so it doesn't move or whatever. I think that's very nice. I like it a lot. Oh, and I think once I get pictures of the Positano team, Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet is doing a make-along called Year of the Classics, and this is a perfect fit for that. So on both of these, they were definitely process projects instead of, or no, they were product projects instead of process projects, because they were a labor of love. They were very tedious, but then I love the finished product, so worth it. Okay, so those are my finished objects. I might have to go check on him. I'm gonna go check on him. I'll be right back. Okay, he did exactly what I thought he did, which is that he can stand up now and while holding on to things, but he cannot sit back down yet. He's getting better at it, but he still won't do it unless someone is with him to make sure he doesn't fall down. And he stood up in his pack and play, threw all of his pacifiers, because I keep a couple extra in there just in case, and his stuffed animal outside the pack and play, and was just standing there and starting to get a little whiny. So gave him everything back, laid him back down. We'll see what he does. It's okay if he doesn't sleep, but I want him to sleep if he is tired. I'm going to give him the opportunity. So anyway, that's all my finished objects. And then now I'll show you my works in progress. And they're both making me very happy right now. So the first, you will have seen this lovely Republica Unicornia bag. It's giant. And this is housing the wonderful, the amazing granny stripe blanket. Ta-da! So this is my neon rainbow granny stripe blanket. And God, it just makes me so happy. Look at those rainbows. So I think, did I frog it in the last episode? Is that what I did? I think it is. And now this is what it's become. So, yeah, so I frogged it, and then I did another swatch. And what I actually did was, last time I was using a 3.5 millimeter, and so I ripped it out, and then I swatched with a 3.75, because I have a relatively tight crochet gauge, and that gave me a much better fabric. I liked it, the way it looked a lot better. And so I calculated the number of granny clusters per gram, and then I figured out what that was, and then I divided that. I figured out how many I could get per 20 gram mini, because I have 20 gram minis, and then I divided that by 2, and then figured out what my starting chain needed to be to get that many granny clusters, and then I chained with a 4 millimeter, and then I switched back to the 3.75, and I got this. And it's the starting chain is still like a teensy bit tight, but it's not so tight that it'll lay weird, and I'm gonna put a border on it too. So yeah, so I've just been I've been alternating between the 20 gram minis and the white, and I'll show you the yarns. And then I just laid them out in a color order that I thought worked, going through the rainbow. So a Roy G. Bip, because it's purple, not really violet, because they seem to have gotten rid of the indigo and violet in the rainbow, just combined them both into purple, which is fine by me. So yeah, it's huge, it's very wide. I think it is probably big enough The phone is currently on my bed, so I'm gonna see if it'll go across. Oh yeah. This easily fits on my queen size bed. So it is very large, and I think it'll grow a little bit when blocked, but I'm not gonna intentionally like grow it or anything. I'm not even gonna pin it out. I'm gonna wash it on the, or I'm gonna rinse it and then lay it out to dry. And that's gonna be the extent of my blocking. But yeah, love, 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 love. So this is my last yellow, and then I'll be moving to the greens. And so the yarns are 3 different neon rainbow mini skein sets. So I got a set from Molly Klein Design, Republica Unicornia, and Long Dog Yarn, and I showed all the sets in previous, I think 2 episodes through this, 2 episodes before this one. And then I just, yeah, like I said, I put them out in whatever order I wanted to, and I took a picture so that I would remember. And I've gone ahead, and I was just winding them as I went, but then I went ahead and wound all of them. And then the white is Knit Picks Felici and Bear, so you can get these in 100 gram skeins from Knit Picks for, I think they were like $8. So I have 4 of those, and then I have 22 20-gram minis. So I figure what I'll do is I'll put the recipe up in Instagram stories, and then because it's a really nice project for like advent calendars and stuff like that. And if you wanted to, you could do the border with, like, if you get a big skein or something, you know, whatever, you could do it all kinds of different ways. And then this is about how much I'm ending up with from each mini. And so what I was thinking I would do is make pom-poms with them. And what I'm thinking is I will do 4 big pom-poms and do 1 in each corner, because I'll just do some kind of like simple single crochet border around the whole thing in the white. And then if I do the giant pom-poms in the corners, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, like I said, it is not going to be for general consumption, especially because it's so big. I'm definitely not putting it out on the couch or anything like that. It'll be just for me to snuggle up within the bed when it's cold, and whenever I need bright, shiny, rainbow happiness in my life. So my second work in progress, I just started yesterday, and today's Sunday, so it's the weekend, so I've been doing a lot more, this is knitting, a lot more knitting than I do during the week because I don't have to work. And this is in a bag that I got from DNA Designs by Angie, and I really like it because it's got the handles and it's relatively sturdy. So you could use this as a shopping bag if you really wanted to. Now he's banging his binkies against the wall. Yeah, he's not sleeping. And then it does the cinching at the top. But this is separate, like, fabric from the actual bag itself, so it doesn't make it collapse in on itself or anything. Anyway, really great bag. Got it off of Etsy. DNA Designs by Angie. And so what I am making is the Painting Bricks shawl, which is a Stephen West knitting pattern. So I'll try to pull it out for you. But look at that, isn't that cool? Look at how cool that is. Man, it looks really nice on the camera. It looks nice in real life, but it looks, you can, like, it shows up really nice in the camera. So nice. So yeah, the Painting Bricks shawl, this is the fingering weight version. It's a Stephen West pattern. I bought it on Gumroad. So if you go to Stephen West's website, which is just Stephen West with a ph.com, They have Ravelry options and Gumroad options. So I bought it on Gumroad. It was like €6. So it was like $7 and change US dollars. And it's really, really, really well done. Like, I've never used Seaman West patterns, mostly because I'm relatively new to knitting, but also because I'm not a huge fan of his color choices most of the time, and so that puts me off from the patterns. And also, they're very large and elaborate usually, and I just never really had any interest. And then my mother-in-law sent me some D-stash, which I'll show you, and I had seen a couple people making painting bricks on Instagram, and then I was like, oh, I saw the yarn, and I was like, those would make a really nice painting bricks. So I was texting her about it. I was like, oh yeah, I want to do the painting bricks because she's a knitter, but I don't really have a good main color. And so she looked around in her stash and found the black, which she also sent to me. So all of this is gifted yarn, which is fantastic. So, but yeah, it's actually, it's a lot easier than it looks. And the pattern is so well written and very, very detailed that it makes it really easy to follow. You have to pay attention, especially in the beginning. I think I'm finally getting to the part where I'm not going to have to do as much increasing, so it's going to be a little easier. It's going to be more repetitive. You're going to have an actual repeat to follow. But look at this. I did realize, though, not until I got to the green, that I was doing one of the increases incorrectly up this top part, so I'm gonna have to sew those up a little bit because they're more open than they're supposed to be. But for the most part, I'm actually doing it correctly. And it's easy to tell if you've got your stitch count off because you don't have the right number of stitches of whatever when you get there. So it's 8, 1 main color, and roughly 2 skeins of a main color in fingering weight, and then 8 contrast colors. And I have 50-gram skeins of those, so I'll have plenty left over, and I can make something fun for Alexander, I think, out of the leftovers. But the yarns that I am using, the main color, the black, is from the Sanguine Griffin, which I don't think exists anymore. And this is the Bugga base. And this says it's sport weight. It's definitely a heavy fingering. I don't know that I would call it sport. And it's 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. So you get 412 yards for 4 ounces, which is like 115-ish grams. So yeah, it's definitely toward the sportier weight end. And this is the color Rhinoceros Beetle. Like I said, I don't think they dye anymore, but my mother-in-law had this in her stash, so she sent me 2 skeins of that. And then my contrast colors are from the Plucky Knitter, which I've never used before. But my mother-in-law had a bunch in her stash from them, the Plucky Knitter. And they do still dye because I was looking for contrast or for main colors from them online. So this is the Primo fingering base, and it's 385 yards per 100 grams. So this is 75% superwash, 20% cashmere, 5% nylon. So, and the colors are the quintessential Plucky palette for summer, and I believe it was summer of 2019, potentially 18. So that's what we got. Yeah, and then they're in these, they were even became pre-caked. Look at that, my life was so easy. With these 50-gram skeins. So there's, and I'll put in a picture so you can see all of them together. Yeah, so there's 8 of those. And that's coming along nicely. I'm now starting to get to the point where it takes a lot longer to do a row, so it feels like it takes a lot longer, but it's not too bad. So yeah, 2 rainbow projects, 1 crochet, 1 knitting. Is it possible to have too many rainbow projects? I don't think so. So it's very exciting. Okay. Can you guys hear him? Because this is hilarious. He's singing to himself in his pack and play. He's having some quiet time is good. So I gotta make dinner soon anyway. And then I think I'm gonna make Nutella brownies. Okay. Stash. So, like I said, I've got another ball of the LB Collection Cotton Bamboo. I ordered these from Lion Brand. They got sent back, and then I had to reorder them, and they sent them again. I assume different skeins. So I have one more of those. And then in the same order, I went ahead and got some jeans yarn, some Lion Brand jeans. This is a 100% acrylic yarn. You get 3.5, oh that's, sorry, that 100 grams is 246 yards. This is weighted as a worsted, a number 4. And this is the brand new colorway. So they're all the original jeans, all the colors are different kinds of blues, so blue jeans, right? So these are brand new, is the colorway. And then they have jeans colors, which comes in different colors. I actually found out that I have some red of those, but I would never wear a red top, so I'm not gonna make one of those. But so I got 5 of these because I'm going to make the summertime tea. I believe it's a summertime tea from TL Yarn Crafts. So I haven't decided if that's the next top I want to start, or if I want to do one with yarn, a kit that I've had for a long time that I got from Craftsy, but that's like a heavy, like a bulky weight cardigan, and it's like 3/4 sleeve, and it's very open, and you know, maybe I could wear it in the fall when it's chilly in the morning or at night, like if I wanted to sit outside, but I definitely wouldn't be wearing it right now. I should make the summertime tee first because I'm actually be able to wear it soon. Anyway, and then there's all the stash from my mother-in-law. So you have seen the picture of the painting bricks yarns that I have. And then along with those, she also sent a couple of others. So this is Madeline Tosh. This is the Tosh sock base, which is 100% superwash. It's a fingering weight yarn. This is the color Killam? Killimy? I have no idea. K-I-L-I-M, I think. But it's handwritten, so it's the handwriting's hard to read. But anyway, it's a lovely combination of pinks and purples with some pops of like blue and yellow and orange. So it's lovely. So it was one that she bought, and then she realized she's never going to use it, so she sent it to me. And then along with the other Sanguine Griffin, the black, she sent this gray, just in case, but I ended up liking the black better. So this is the same Bugga base, and this colorway is called Wheel Lug. So it's this lovely gray. So I could make something nice for Alexandra with these, or I could save them and use them as a contrast for another project. Because what I realized is I don't have a lot of tonal, because when I started buying hand-dyed yarn, variegated was this thing, and now tonals are the thing, and solids, semi-solids. So I don't have a lot of those because I haven't been buying a lot of hand-dyed yarn because I already have way more than I need, but a lot of the things that I want to make are using the semi-solid and the tonals. So I appreciate her contribution to that part of my stash. And then she also sent some more Plucky Knitter. So these are all Plucky Knitter. These are also Primo fingering. So they are superwash merino cashmere nylon. These are the quintessential Plucky palette for fall. So this one is called Wild Blue Yonder, like a dark navy. This one is called Corn Maze. Looks like dried corn. And then this one is The Hills Are Alive with the sound of music. Yeah, anyway. So these are amazing together. And there's actually a new pattern out. I'll have to put the information down below because I can't remember anything about it. But it's from the designer who did the Hotel of Bees shawl, which I loved. It's one of my favorite things I've ever made. And the pattern was incredibly detailed. Like, it was like 21 pages long or something ridiculous like that. So my beginner crocheter self could make something that was that elaborate. And so she has a new pattern out, and I think these yarns would be really good for it. She only uses 2 colors, and she uses cotton, but I think I could make it work because the idea of it is like wheat it's something about wheat, summertime wheat or something like that. Wheat growing in a field, and so this could be the field, and this could be the wheat, and then this could be the sky. Like, come on, that would be perfect. And this is 300 grams, and I think that the pattern only uses 150 grams. So then if I had half of this left, I could also, again, make something really nice for Alexander, because these colors together would be beautiful for like a light sweater or something for him for fall. Because he is currently like barely fitting into 12-month stuff because he's really tall and lean. I don't know where he gets that from. And so I think if I made something that was like 18 months, well, he'll be 18 months in December. So if I made something that was 12 to 18 months, I think he would still fit into it. Maybe make the sleeves and the body a little bit longer, but the around part would be good. So some simple color work or striping or something with this, I think would be really nice. I'm gonna put these back in this bag so they stay together, but I don't like the crinkling sound. Crinkling sound. And then one more that she sent, and again, this was just stuff that she found that she realized she wasn't gonna use, and so she sent it to me. These are Anzula. This is the squishy base. So it is 80% superwash, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. Lots of cashmere in my life right now, and I'm fine with that. This is the colorway Herb. You get 385 yards to 100 grams. She's trying to actually cry now. Yes, okay, I'll be right back. Say hi, big baby. Say hello. Oh, there's no need for tears, little baby. There you go. Yeah, okay. He had some good quiet time. And now he is awake. But we're almost done, so that's okay. So I was showing you the squishies. So this is Anzula Squishy, and this is the Herb colorway. So I have two of these. So these are sport also. And I think, yeah, these would be really great to make something for Alexander. Or again, to hold on to, just have a tonal to do something with. Do you wanna feel it? Yeah, it's really soft, huh? Mom rarely lets you play with yarn, so enjoy this moment while it lasts. So yeah, that's all my stuff. And technically I have not bought any yarn since the last podcast, because the Lion Brand stuff that I showed you I bought like a month ago. I just had to reorder it and it finally came. So, but I'm glad they fixed that. I don't know what happened. It like got sent back to them for some reason, and I think something like that just happened with another non-yarny thing that I just ordered, so all the mail's messed up right now. But yeah. So to move into non-yarny things, I did want to tell you, and I'll post a picture, my most recent baking adventure was I made Kate's blueberry buns, which are from Kate, who was a contestant on the Great British Baking Show, or the Great British Bake Off, depending on where you are. And I think she was on series 8. I don't remember what season that is on Netflix, because they're all weird because Netflix doesn't have all of them, or whatever. Anyway, but I found the recipe from greatbritishbakeoff.co.uk, and they're yeasted buns and they're tea cakes. So they turned out pretty decently. I realized I need a dough hook for my KitchenAid, so I'm gonna order one of those because it was really sticky, so it was really hard to hand knead. And I got bread flour after making those because I think bread flour would make them better. And then I think I need to do them on a lower temperature because the bottoms of them got really dark. They don't taste burnt, but they definitely got really dark. But they're still very tasty because dried blueberries are one of my most favorite thing in the whole wide world. And it uses dried blueberries. So that was a lot of fun. They also didn't rise as much as they were supposed to. Again, I think partially because I didn't need it as much as it should have been needed, but they're still delicious, and I've been eating them for breakfast. It's good times. And then on the book front, I still had not finished Ta-Nehisi Coates' Between the World and Me when I knew I was going to record today, and I was like, you know what? I think this means that, let's put the yarn down and you can have your juice. I need to find a different way to do this. So I looked on iTunes and I could buy the audiobook for like $12.99. So I went ahead and did that, and I listened to it during his nap this morning, and I'm already 3/4 of the way done with the book. So because the audiobook is only, it's a little under 2.5 hours. So yeah, so I think that's the way to do it. So I'm still gonna send the paper book to someone. I've only had one response so far from people who are interested in it. I'll also put it in stories on Instagram to see if anybody else is interested, and then we can kind of pass it around. But I will send that out by next podcast. So not 2 weeks from when this video goes up. You'll need to let me know either via comment on this video, or you can email me again at thetattatatterca@gmail.com. If you'd like the book, I can show it to you because I got it right here. Bam. And it's really, really good. It's basically Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing a letter to his 15-year-old son about kind of his own experience, and in the process, like deconstructing a lot of American society and culture in regards to race. And so it's easy to read in the sense that it's written in a narrative style, so it's not a bunch of jargon or like terminology or anything, but it is most definitely not easy to read in the sense that it is very like emotional. It's very mentally taxing to read it and to listen to it. But it's also very good. And he reads the audiobook, which I think is always better when the author, especially if it's in a narrative style, like about their own life, like memoirs and things like that. So much better to listen to it read by the author. So, what do you want your yarn back? Soft and squishy. So yeah, so there's that. And then in going through all of my stuff and unpacking, I realized that I have an extra copy of another book. This one I doubt has an audiobook version, although maybe popular enough. But it's called America's Original Sin by Jim Wallace. The subtitle is Racism, White Privilege, and the Bridge to a New America. Written by Jim Wallace, who is a best-selling author, activist, preacher, teacher, and pastor. So it's kind of it's a Christian perspective on race in America. Jim Wallace is white, so I always am a little about books written about race by white people, but as long as you go into that understanding when you read it, I think that can help. And this is also written for a broader audience, so it's not just like a theology book and not just a book that like people who study theology can understand. So if someone else is interested in this, let me know. I'll send it your way. Otherwise, it's gonna get donated, which is never a bad thing. I can donate to the library, but if someone specifically wants to read it, I'd love for them to have it. Sir, what are you doing? Do you want to go play? I don't think there's anything you could cause too much harm to down there. You could make a lot of noise though with the crinkling. So yeah, so then giveaway time, yay! I put at the end of the last video there was gonna be a giveaway so that I would hold myself accountable and actually do a giveaway in this episode like I wanted to do. So it's a we're back giveaway, and so just like how this podcast has gone, it's a random assortment of things. So can I see that, Alexander, before you run away with it? Okay. Rude. Well, that'll be the last thing that I show you. He just ran away with one of the giveaway items. And by ran, I mean crawled. So I looked through all of my stuff and found some random things that I don't think I'm going to use anytime soon that I like, but again, don't think I'm going to use them anytime soon. So, or I thought they would make good giveaway prizes. So one thing is a giant bag of Letlopi, which is, I believe, Icelandic wool. And yes, so it's Icelandic wool. These are 50-gram balls. You get 109 yards per ball. And it is just straight up Icelandic wool. So it's very coarse and relatively scratchy, but it's a wool's wool. It's wool. It softens up a lot when you block it, but it's still pretty like woolly. This is the color 1409. I don't know that it has a name, but it's this it's a little bit brighter in the camera, but it's a very dark kind of maroony red. And I bought it from the Woolly Thistle, which is a shop on the East Coast of the US that specifically gets in yarn from Europe. So it's slightly cheaper for them to get it wholesale, so that people in the US can get it for a reasonable rate without having to pay international shipping. Anyway, I bought it to make my mom a sweater for Christmas last year, and it was getting real close to Christmas, and I was gonna have, there was no way on earth I was going to be able to make, it was a vest, but also like knee length, and I couldn't even find the pattern. So instead I made a very simple, smaller wrap kind of thing for her. And so I have a ton of this left over. I bought 14 balls of it initially, and I guess I also planned on making this for her like 2 Christmases ago, and then I finally made it last Christmas. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish. There's a little bit more than 7 balls of this. So we've got that going for us. So that's one of the items. And I'm just going to do one big box. Make everybody's life easier. So one winner. So there's that one. I also had some of this Patton's Classic Wool Bulky. So it's a commercial yarn, but it's wool. This is 100 grams. It's a bulky weight, so you get approximately 78 yards. So it's not a whole lot. You can maybe make a hat out of this. This is the colorway Gold. And you can see that. So I'll toss that one in there. And then I also had a skein of hand-dyed yarn. And this, oh, he's gonna steal the patterns now. All of your prizes will have been handled by a baby. Disclaimer. So this is Forbidden Fiber Company. And this is the Pride base, which has the stellina in it. So it's 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 10% stellina. It is a fingering weight yarn with approximately 495 yards to 4 ounces, which is again about 113, 115 grams. This is the colorway Scarlet Witch. So this was, this is an exclusive colorway. It was from the Yarn Over Trucks Super Nerdy Yarn Club Avengers. So they did a whole series of Avengers themed yarns. Because actually Meredy, the woman who owns the Yarn Over Truck, her husband works in Hollywood, and he got to work on Avengers Endgame. I don't know what he does. I think it has something to do with cameras. Oh, did you put it in the box? Good job, big baby. Thank you. You gonna try to get it back out of the box? You gonna get something else out of a different box? Good call. So yeah, so this is the colorway Scarlet Witch, obviously based off of the character, the Scarlet Witch from the Avengers movies. Oh, now he's throwing the jeans yarn across the room. Good times. I don't know, unfortunately there's like a lot of glare from the window for some reason on my glasses, which it doesn't usually do, but that's what we're living with today. So yeah, so this is also going to be in the box. Can you see? Oh, you can kind of see the sparkles. That's the nice part about the glare from the window. It's reflecting off the sparkles. I love the smell of wool. Okay, so that's another one. And then the last thing is what Alexandra just threw in the box. I found that I have 2 of these. So this is an enamel pin. Is it gonna focus? Kind of, maybe. From Nerdbird Makery. Let me take it out of the plastic and maybe you'll be able to see it better. That's better. So it is, it's great. It's a pin and it's a mason jar and it has crochet hooks and knitting needles in it. And then it says baller on the front with balls of yarn. So Nerdbird Makery pin. It's got a nice little rubber back. I'm sure I bought this at a yarn crawl somewhere and didn't realize I had 2 of them, or I already had one. So we'll be pin twins. So there's that. So there's all the prizes for the giveaway. There you go, sir. Thank you. And so what you need to do to enter the giveaway is be a subscriber. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I get really annoyed when people do like giveaways and you like have to tag your friends so that they can get more subscribers that way. I understand it, still don't particularly enjoy it. So all you gotta do is to comment on this video, and I want you to tell me one interesting thing about yourself. This is the first day of class. We're all getting to know each other. So I want you to tell me one interesting thing about yourself. And that's it. So basically just comment on this video and you'll be entered for the giveaway, and I will draw the winner immediately before I record the next episode. So that will be 2 Sundays from today, which is a date that I will put on the screen because I'm recording this on my phone and I have no idea what day it is today, much less what day it will be in 2 weeks. So there you go. Record or make a comment, and then you will get a giant box of random goodies to do what you will with. And if I find other things between now and then, because I still have some unpacking to do then, and they're yarny related, I will include them in your package. So there we go. Is that for me? Thanks, big baby. You're so great. You want it back? There you go. You're welcome, sir. He likes to do that. He likes to hand you things and then you hand them back to him. Give me just a minute. So yeah, that's all the stuff. Please do subscribe and like this video and comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And come and see me on Instagram. I post a lot of stories. I try to post at least a story a day. Sometimes there's just not anything post-worthy, especially in isolation. But I try to post all the crafty stuff. So yeah, and then I will see you on the internet, and I will see you in 2 weeks for another video, and we'll have the giveaway then. And hopefully I will have many more wonderful yarny things to show you. So thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and I hope you have a good 2 weeks. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you soon. So thank you so much. Bye.